Alright, this is how to switch your inventory so that your turtle never runs out of stuff to build with. So I just put one of each of something into each one of the inventory slots, and you can see if I just want him to do this while statement where he will go up and try to place 4 blocks. When I play it, Lumber Jill says no items to place because she is only looking in that first block. So it cannot do this place here because it's completely out. So let's undo that. And what I'm going to do is just make a new disk that all this disk does is switch the inventory for us when she runs out. So I'll just call this switch. And we're going to use some if statements here. So if the item count, because it's starting in the first slot, is less than 1, or you could say equal to 0, however you want to say that logically, then tell them to switch slot. Where's that one? There it is. Sorry. To number 2. And you could use else ifs, etc. I had some issues with that, so I'm just going to then say, well, if now that it's on 2, it'll try to run that next set of blocks back, and we're going to inject this disk into another disk. And if then that is less than 1, then switch to 3. And if that one is less than 1, then switch to 4. And you can just follow this pattern if you want to go all the way to 16. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know what it is. And so for each if statement, you have to end it. And I always like, you can see it's already suggesting that you end it below this if. That one ends this if then. This one is then ended there. And if we scroll down, this one is ended there. I'm going to backspace here to make it a little cleaner. There we go. So now we have this disk, and here's our simple wall where it's trying to do stuff. And what we want to do is before we go up and place a block, we're actually going to have it check the inventory. So I'm just going to hover here and hit enter. And before it does those placing of the blocks, we're going to say, hey, go ahead and run this inventory switch, which will check and see if it has anything to place before it goes up and tries to place it. Now when we run it, it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. And it placed all 4, oops, because it switched from 1, then it was empty and went to 2, that was empty, went to 3, that was empty, then went to 4. And there you go, there's inventory switching. So you can make a nice large house like my students are building here. My 6th graders making some awesome houses with their turtles and learning programming as they go. Have fun.